Hey there gamers, I'm Carrot Noodle Soup, and welcome back to another episode of Alphabet Soup SMP. Today we are kicking things off on the nether roof where I'm building a froglight farm. I've been wanting to use froglights in my builds for a while, but I've been putting off making the farm because I thought it was going to be really hard and difficult for some reason, but it was actually super simple and easy. This farm is based off of the one that Izuma made in Hermitcraft Season 9, which uses powdered snow to break down the magma cubes into the little babies for the frogs to eat and poop out the froglights. This was super simple and easy to build. It took me less than 15 minutes. The hard part was just breeding the frogs and waiting for them to grow up, which really wasn't even that hard. It just took a little while. So I left my camera account AFK at the farm for the better part of a day, and now I have so many froglights, so I better put these to good use. Today we're going to be working over here in this area, which I want to turn into more of a fleshed out industrial district. The first farm that I am going to be building is a tree farm, which is quite tall. So I'm going to be putting it mostly underground, which means I need to dig quite a large hole. So let's get to work. And there we are. I got a big old hole in the ground. Yep, I actually accidentally went a little too far down at first. I had to fill some of it back in. But now I've got plenty of space for my tree farm. It'll just pop up a little bit above the surface, and that will all get covered by the next factory building. I just gotta hop back to my storage room really fast to grab the materials, and then I can get building. I'm realizing that I haven't actually showed the storage room on video before. I've been down here a lot on stream, but I didn't actually make a video of the build process. I've been trying to let myself do more work off camera because I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself to make everything content, which I think winds up backfiring on me in terms of productivity. So I've just been allowing myself to do more smaller projects off camera or just chip away at things on stream, which yes, I've mentioned streaming twice now. I took a long break from streaming, but I'm slowly trying to get back into streaming more regularly, so make sure you're following me over on Twitch if you want to catch me when I'm live, and that link will be in the video description as always. But yeah, this is my new storage room. It's semi-organized, although I still have a really hard time finding things and remembering where I put them. And then back here on the other side of the portal is like the nether area, and there's a wall back here that is for end resources and shulker boxes, which they are all a mess right now. Ignore that. And if we go upstairs, we are actually in the fairy house. So I finally moved into my starter base after how many months has it been since I built this? Like 5 or 6? Yep. Well, no longer living in a cave. Now I live in my house, except I pretty much just live out of the basement and I don't go upstairs much, but that is not important. Anyways, I've got all my resources right here. So let's go and get building. Alright, so this is ENXO4's versatile tree farm, which works to farm any type of wood, including the huge fungi or the nether trees, and also huge mushrooms. It's super easy, pretty simple to build, even for a redstone noob like me. I was able to, figure it out pretty easily. I did, however, mess up the on switch. I just didn't put stuff down in the right order, so I had to go back to the video and fix all of the repeaters and put them down in the right order so that I could actually get the thing to turn on. And then it was finally time for the moment of truth. Yeah, well, so that didn't exactly go to plan. I thought maybe there was an issue with TNT duping on the server, maybe like one of the mods was preventing it, but I took a look in the files and I couldn't find anything that could possibly be affecting TNT duping, so I took a closer look at the replay, and it does work. The duper does work, but it doesn't get pushed out the way that it's supposed to, and therefore it just, you know, blows up and breaks the whole machine. So I'm guessing this is some kind of like server lag tick issue, but I don't have any idea how to fix it. So if anybody knows how I could fix this, I'm an absolute noob when it comes to redstone. If you could let me know anything that I could try, I would really appreciate that. But yeah, I think for now I'm gonna have to just stick to chopping wood the old-fashioned way. And as they say, the show must go on, and I have another farm to build. This one doesn't use any TNT, so hopefully it shouldn't blow up. And the moss farm is up and running, and we've got quite a bit of moss, and we are going to need it. Even though my tree farm is not working quite yet, I'm still going to go ahead with the build around it, at the risk that the roof might get blown off once I go back and hopefully try to fix this farm. It's, you know, it's not the end of the world if I can't get it to work, but it would be really nice. So I've got some materials to go pick up, and then we can get started on the build. Let's head back to the storage room because I should have most of the materials that I need already. I'm going to grab a whole bunch of spruce wood and turn that into planks. Then I'm going to craft some of that into some trapdoors, a few slabs and stairs, plenty of fence gates, and a handful of regular fences and some doors as well. Then I'm going to take some oak logs and craft just a few of those up into trapdoors. We're going to be using several different types of stone. I'll grab the diorite first, I'll need the most of that, and I'll turn about a stack of that into stairs. Then I'll also need some andesite, calcite, and tuff. I'll also be using regular stone and cobblestone, and we'll turn some of this into mossy cobblestone later on. Then I'll need some gravel and sand to make concrete, but I am all out of sand, so I'll need to head over to the desert and say hello to the underwater iron golem family and collect a couple of stacks of sand. On the way back through the nether, I'll stop by the farm to pick up some of those frog lights, and then I'll craft up the concrete powder with some white dye, and on the way back over to the industrial district, I'll grab a bunch of white wool from this little temporary wool farm, and of course, I'll need lots and lots of moss. Time for another time lapse. There it is, all finished up. It has a little bit of a different vibe than our other factory and some of the other builds that I've done on the SMP so far. I mean, I feel like all of my builds have had a little bit of a different vibe. I was trying a few new things with this build. One was the gradient. I've been wanting to like experiment more with gradients and texturing, so I tried to do that a little bit here. And I really wanted to make that like the focus of the build rather than having lots of like embellishments and stuff. I really wanted to just let like the texturing kind of speak for itself. So that's why it's pretty simple structurally. I had to get my spruce trapdoors in, just a few of them. That's a lot of them actually, but it's just one line. Just one line, one little embellishment rather than like pillars everywhere. Another thing that is a habit that I always do, like literally every time I go to design build, the first thing I do is I put logs in the corners. Pretty sure I did it on this one. Yep, I did. Not that it's like necessarily a bad thing to do that, just a habit that I'm trying to break myself of, just so that I like think more out of the box more often and I don't get stuck doing things and having them look the same every single time. So yeah, that's why I wanted to force myself to do things a little differently than I usually do. I still try to tie in some of like the nature and like fairy aesthetic with the log door entrance kind of thing going on over here. That I used a similar thing with my fairy house over there with the log, like the jagged edges of like a fallen log there, and then the mossy roof. I'm kind of obsessed with the drippy mossy roof. You will be seeing this again in some more builds very, very soon because I'm actually obsessed with doing that right now. So let's take a look inside. And here, of course, we've got the broken tree farm, which hopefully I will be able to get fixed. And that's, we've seen that. We've seen that already. And then if we come over here, right in here is the moss farm. But you might notice that there's also a staircase that goes over here into this big empty room, which will not remain empty. That's right, I'm putting another farm in here. And this one should be fairly simple, so I'm not even gonna time lapse it. I'm just gonna build it real time. I've got all of the materials that I need right here, and then I'm just going to bring up the schematic for this. I use this mod all the time. I don't like to build, like, for instance, I did have a schematic of the factory build, but I don't like building with it on because sometimes when you're in here it gets really hard to see, so I don't like using it for building. But when I'm doing redstone, I find it very helpful, especially just like to check my work, make sure everything is in the right spot, because it can be easy to overlook something. So I build in creative, make sure everything works all right, and then I make the schematic and I come into survival and build it. I don't know what's happening right now. But usually I can just pick the block. Apparently that's not working. I literally was just using this 5 minutes ago and it worked fine, so I don't know why it's broken now. But anyways, I like to use this when I do any kind of farm or redstone contraption, just to make sure that I put everything in the right spot, because, it can be kind of confusing. We're just gonna fill this in like so. Put some blocks around the perimeter of the farm. And some right here as well. And then go all the way across. Yep, did I just put a block there on accident? I sure did. Here we go. I don't know why I didn't pick up. That was weird. And in the schematic it shows you like if there's a block somewhere where it's not supposed to be. So technically there's supposed to be stone blocks based on the schematic that I made. There's supposed to be the smooth stone blocks here, but I tested it and it works just fine with the frog lights right there up against the farm, so that'll be alright. Now we gotta go in with the dispenser. And I don't know why I put a block right there, because I don't need a block right there. I gotta put the dispenser facing up right here. And then we'll grab the nylium and just, put that all across the top here. And technically when I made this, I had it all warped nylium in the test world, so that's why it's saying that that's the wrong block there, but it's okay, I promise. And then, I don't know why I put that in first, actually. I wanted to put my pistons in first, but that's fine. pistons there, and pistons over here, and then there's gonna be glass. Why did pistons just go back into my inventory? What is happening? What? What? Why is the game lagging like this? I don't know what's going on with Minecraft right now. It was working fine literally 5 minutes ago. I don't know what's happening anymore. This is crazy. I'll put some glass right here as well. And we're gonna go in with the redstone. And redstone over here. And then I didn't put it up this way. Not placing. I decided to do something in real time, and Minecraft decides to have an aneurysm. There we go. It's very odd. I don't know what's happening right now. Alright, then we get the observers. We put one. Oops, that's facing the wrong way. And now it's gone. Lost to oblivion. There, it's back. Put that there, and then we're gonna put this one here. It's gonna make the thing, it should make the thing start. It's supposed to make the thing start. Am I about to crash? It's only going on one side for some reason. That's not supposed to happen. Oops. Oh, this is why. That is supposed to be a redstone. Just right there. And, oh. Oh, August is here. August is here? August hasn't been on in forever. Okay, so that's supposed to, yeah. That should be going crazy. I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna get my sticky piston out. Put that there. Oh gosh. And then pull it up. Okay, that turns it off. Now the sound was driving me nuts. Okay, and now we want to put our hoppers here. With a barrel right there that we are going to fill with bone meal. So we're gonna go ahead and fill this thing with bone meal. That thing, it's a dispenser. Fill that up, and then fill up the hoppers also. And fill up the barrel. Oh, actually I need a couple stacks to fill up the barrel. There we go. And then, oh gosh, I hope this works and doesn't like crash the server. Because it's flipping out right now. Oh, I'm lagging. Oh, wow, okay. Now we flip that switch. And yes. And then I just sit here and everything lags, and I should turn this off before it breaks. Oh, no. Okay. I don't know what's happening right now. Right, and then I've got a bunch of stuff. I've already got half a stack of both types of fungus, and I was only running that for like literally 10 seconds. So this is super efficient, and I can take all of this stuff and I can compost it into more bone meal and put it right back in here. So yeah, I don't know why the server decided to absolutely flip out right when I decided that I was going to build this and record it, but it did. And that is, yep. I I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. We are all finished up here with this farm, and then I'll probably set up just like a little bone meal composter thing over here to make more bone meal from all of the output of this farm. And I'm afraid to fly off into the distance because I think it might break the game. I should probably restart the server. Alright, looks like everything is running a little bit better now. Right then, so minus that little spurt of technical difficulties that I had right there, this farm is all finished, and wow, I've built, what, 4 farms this episode? You know what this video could really use? Another farm. So if we head over this way to this portal over here, we will be in the middle of the ocean. Fascinating. So speaking of technical difficulties, I've been having a lot of them lately, especially with OBS. I've been having a lot of issues either with my sound not recording or with my video not recording. So most recently it was video not recording. And I have actually teamed up with Siren to drain an ocean monument and create a prismarine farm. So a few days ago, when we were raiding the ocean monument, I was recording, of course, because I was hoping to put that in my episode. And then when I went back to review my footage, there was no footage. There was audio, but there was no footage. And me being silly, I didn't put on replay mod until like literally seconds before I finished off the last Elder Guardian. So I can roll that clip right now, I guess. Wow, confetti. Oh, yeah, I popped a few totems in the process of doing this. Just a few, maybe like 10, 15, I don't know. Yeah, see, what happened was Siren volunteered to make the potions, and I told them make water breathing and invisibility, but they didn't hear me say invisibility, I guess, and so they didn't make any invisibility, only water breathing. But I'm giving them a pass because they had the flu, so you know, it happens. Anyways, it was quite difficult to do this without invisibility. I died. I think I only actually died once, and then I went and got I filled my inventory with totems of undying. So I guess I was saying last episode, I don't think I'll ever use all of these totems. I'll never have a need for all these totems when I made that raid farm, but you know what? They really did come in handy. However, I did go ahead and make myself some potions of invisibility when I came back the next day to outline the ocean monument with sand of where we're going to be draining it out, all the water, and that was very helpful because I forgot to bring them at first and it wasn't going to go well. So I had to go back and make the potions of invisibility, and it all went pretty smooth after that. Siren came on after a while and helped me finish up the circle, and we might not have lined up perfectly on the first try, but I fixed it. It's fine. And I can fly right over here and show you this right now. We have not started any of the draining yet, but we do have the circle all outlined, and this is going to be a little bit of a longer term project because it's going to take a while to get all of this drained out. And this is probably something that I'll be working on stream, just because it'll be, a long process, and hopefully we'll get that done in the next few weeks, and we'll have some prismarine to build with. And I don't actually have any plans to build with prismarine right now because it's not a block that I usually have available, but now that we're going to be making this farm, I figure why not, and I'll probably start incorporating that into some more of my designs. With that being said, I do think this is where I'm going to go ahead and end the episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it and you made it to the end of the video, you might as well leave a like, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of my videos in the future. I would super appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.